The 35-year-old mother, Bonita Lin Veiler, sliced the of the man who had—
You sliced the what? That's the ultimate revenge. You took it that far?
I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration.
You too. What it do, man? It is your boy Abdul up next, and I am back with another video. And no, we are not yelling today because it is 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay, I stayed awake for Playboi Carti album. First he said he was dropping at 12. I'm like, okay, I can stay up till 12. Then he said he's dropping the album at 3 a.m. I'm like, I can kind of do 3 a.m. I stay up till 3 a.m. There's still no album. So I'm like, okay, how long this time? Is it gonna drop? He said it's gonna drop in 20. I'm like, 20 hours, 20 years, 20 centuries? That's a necessary question that needs to be asked. They say 2 hours. 7 o'clock comes, there's still no album. I feel like I've been edged. What is wrong with this man? So we're gonna be reacting to a video called 5 Mothers Who Took a Revenge on Child Predators. Now, pretty much, to me, it seems like if you want to see something like this, just go to Vitality. Every person who catches a child predator, they get revenge themselves. That's the new meta. They don't even call the cops no more when they catch them. They handle the dirty work themselves. They be literally doing WWE moves on them instead of just calling the cops. Now, both of them go to jail. And I don't feel bad. Like this video before we even get started. Subscribe to my new channel, Dooley Chamberlain. If you subscribe to this channel, I'll give you a shout out at the end of the video.
This is Marianne Bachmeier. She has just shot her little girl's abuser
in the courtroom? You had all that time. If we're looking at her right now, she kind of look like one of them NPCs that be at the islands in Fortnite that be having the question marks over them. She don't really look like she got smoke or aim. She really sat there and pulled it out. It took her like 30 seconds, bro. If you didn't dodge this bullet, like, you're not that guy, bro. Or you should have at least woke up the next day like 50 Cent or something, bro. It's just something about the weakness in the bullet. I could just see it.
She has just shot her little girl's abuser in the courtroom. This horrible act was committed in full view of everyone, but when it comes to being mean to their children, mothers will do anything. Today we look at 5 cases of mother.
I honestly think she did the right thing though. How is that a horrible act? Bro, he's a predator. He would have did horrible things himself. He was already going to jail, but jail don't be enough for these dudes depending on what they did. But then again, I'm not going to jail for no
who took violent revenge on their children's abuser. Marianne Bachmeier. Marianne Bachmeier was a child born to a religious mother and a Nazi soldier in
Flag on the play, flag on the play. A what soldier? Them still exists? I thought the last one left was Kanye West.
Sarstedt, a small town near Hildesheim in Lower Saxony, West Germany. She became pregnant twice when she was 16 and 18 years old, and those babies were subjected to adoption due to the homeless, unemployed, and ill-prepared to raise the baby. Marianne,
16? Pregnant? You a Bob.
Marianne became pregnant for the 3rd time when she was 23 years old while working as a waitress in Lübeck, Germany. And this time, she decided to raise the baby as a single mother. She named her baby Anna, and this little Anna became the light of Marianne's life instantly. But guess fate just had other plans for this family.
She didn't even think about a dad. At this point, does she know that condoms exist? Do I have to let her know? Condoms exist. 3 kids by 23? Oh, you just be fun. They probably all got 3 different dads too. That's the craziest part.
On May 5th, 1980, Marianne Bachmeier's life took a devastating turn. Anna argued with her mother about some matters. She decided to skip school and visit a friend who lived near her house. But she didn't know that her murderer was waiting on her way. The 35-year-old butcher, Klaus Grabowski.
Oh, he looked like he did it. Klaus Grabowski got a slave hairstyle and he not even, you know what I'm saying? That nasty, creepy ass mustache. Anybody with a mustache that thick has to be up to no good. You look like all you do is crime. You look like your search history will traumatize a generation.
The 35-year-old butcher, Klaus Grabowski, lured Anna into the apartment under the guise of playing with his cats and held her for several hours by molesting her. Finally, he her using a pair of pantyhose belonging to his fiancée. When the 7-year-old daughter Anna went missing, the community rallied around Marianne, searching high and low for the little girl. Days turned into weeks and hope began to fade. Then
You mean to tell me it was an 7-year-old? 7, bro. It was a 7-year-old and you did that. You have to take revenge on somebody that weird. And you have a wife. We can't even let you near the girls' toy section. This man get near Barbie dolls for awkward reasons.
Anna's lifeless body was found. The police investigation led to the arrest of Klaus Grabowski, a man already known to authorities as a convicted offender. He had previously served time for the abuse of 2 other young girls. Grabowski was taken into custody and charged with Anna's murder.
He was a 3-time offender? 3rd time's a charm? What? They said 3rd time a charm, bro. If you've been convicted twice, there's no way you're free. Bro, if he's been convicted 2 times, he shouldn't even be able to step near a playground in school. How did he lure them in? He shouldn't even be allowed there. They should be treating him like COVID, 6-foot distance.
Evidence against him was strong, and it seemed like justice would be served. On March 6, 1981, another court round was progressing against the brutal killer, Klaus, at the court premises. Marianne also was in the courtroom. Suddenly, she pulled out a .22 Beretta pistol, aimed at his back, and fired 8 times, giving an instant and scary death to her child's murder. The courtroom erupted into chaos. Security personnel rushed to restrain Marianne, and she was immediately arrested. The room was a mix of shock, horror, and for some, a sense of poetic justice. Marianne
She really caught a body. Like, she really just said, I'ma see you in the streets about that. She really whipped out fire on your ass. Ain't never seen that before. She upped fire. That was gangster. That was kind of tough. I'm not gonna lie, that was tough. She upped fire. Like G.I. Joe shit. Bro got what he deserved too, you weirdo.
had taken the law into her own hands, and public opinion was divided.
Yo, like this video if you think she did the right thing, bro. Like, up fire on him, bro. With his fat head ass.
Some saw her as a hero, a mother who did what she felt she had to do. Others saw her actions as a dangerous precedent, undermining the legal system. Marianne Bachmeier was put on trial for murder. The case drew national attention, sparking debates about vigilante justice and the failures of the legal system to protect the innocent. During the trial, Marianne spoke openly about her actions. "I wanted to shoot him in the face. I hope he's dead," she told her after the murder, and her statement, "I did it for you, Anna," brought a very sensitive touch.
Oh my God, she's talking tough. That's like saying smoking on Tuka. Like, really? That's really kind of what she did.
To the case. She also expressed her deep sense of betrayal by a system that allowed a man like Grabowski to walk free, only to harm again. Marianne was found guilty.
Don't know why in the world they had that guy roaming the streets anyway. Man be tickling little kids at playgrounds. This man's the biggest guy to ever ride the playground slide.
Guilty, but received a relatively lenient sentence of 6 years in prison, of which she served only 3. The judge acknowledged the exceptional circumstances of the case, and public opinion seemed to lean in her favor. And while Marianne Bachmeier passed away in 1996 from cancer, her story lives on. Miriam Rodriguez. Miriam Rodriguez is one of the Mexican human rights activists who took on the Zetas cartel. She spent several years tracking down her daughter's killers, one by one, until
7 years? That's the ultimate get back. That goes to show you, bro, revenge has no expiration date. She spent 7 years tracking y'all down, linked up with the cartel and everything. She started gangbanging. She pretty much joined the clan.
Until she was murdered on Mother's Day in 2017. Everything in her life was changed on the 23rd of January, 2014. Miriam's 20-year-old daughter, Karen Alejandra Salinas Rodriguez, was kidnapped at the San Francisco by the members of the Zetas cartel, who were known to kidnap people and use their ransoms to fund cartel operations.
Oh, nah. I don't want to speak on them. Hey, when it comes to the cartel, bro, you pay your respects and you hush your mouth, bro. They ain't the ones to play with. Because you'll think you're joking, and it's funny till you tied up.
Mrs. Rodriguez talked to the kidnappers on the phone, begging them to let Karen go while their walkie-talkie made random noises. They said they didn't have her daughter, but would help look for her if she paid $2,000. Mrs. Rodriguez paid him. A week later, he stopped picking up the phone. Other people called, saying they had kidnapped Karen and needed $500 more. The family didn't think it would bring Karen back, but they sent the money anyway. Each time they paid, Mrs. Rodriguez felt a little hope, but every time they couldn't get Karen back, she became more and more sad. Obtaining some information, Rodriguez found that her daughter, Karen, was killed. The local authorities were of little help, their efforts hampered by corruption and fear of the drug cartels that plagued the region. However, Mariam would not rest until hunting Karen's kidnappers.
How do you get back and get revenge in that case? You might need the U.S. military. You might need the CIA's help. You might need Osama bin Laden's help. You need somebody's help. You might have to call up Satan himself. You're gonna need it. I wonder what they could have done with a 20-year-old girl, though.
She slowly and carefully started to gather information about the ones involved.
If she gets revenge,
she cut her hair,
that would be...
dyed her hair red, donned an old uniform, and spoke to his neighbors under the guise of conducting a poll. She even infiltrated criminal gangs to get clues about her daughter's whereabouts. After years of searching, Miriam made a horrifying discovery. She found her daughter's remains in a clandestine grave. The culprits were members of the Zetas cartel, who had kidnapped and killed Karen. The grief was unbearable, but it fueled a new mission for Miriam, to bring her daughter's killers to justice. Miriam meticulously gathered evidence against each perpetrator involved in her daughter's kidnapping and murder.
She about to turn this into a whole... She about to treat it like Death Note. She vowed to get revenge. Yeah, I see a photo like this. I gotta think about revenge. Is it that deep? I see a photo like this, I'm like, you know what? I'm tripping. It's not that deep, you know? Yeah, I haven't seen none of these guns in real life. Only place I've seen these guns was in Fortnite. I'm not even gonna... They got scars, heavy snipers, burst assault rifles. Even though it looked like they all holding gray loot, I still don't want the smoke.
Identified them, tracked their movements.
All I got is my
crucial
pickaxe.
Information to the authorities. One by one, the criminals were arrested and put behind bars. Due to her vigilante work, many cartel members left the cartel and attempted to start over as born-again Christians. Nonetheless, on May 10th, 2017, Miriam Rodriguez was shot dead outside her home. It was Mother's Day. The killers were suspected to be members of the same cartel she had fought so bravely.
Oh my God, yo, the cartel don't stop. On Mother's Day? Now on Mother's Day, that's evil. On Mother's Day, bro, you the final boss of a video game, bro. On Mother's Day, you was a villain, like, you's a Gotham villain, like, you got Joker on your phone.
Against. The news of her death sent shockwaves through the community and the nation. Human rights organizations condemned the government's failure to protect her, especially given her high-profile activism against the cartels. Bonita Lin Veiler. The 35-year-old mother, Bonita Lin Veiler, sliced the penis of the man who had molested her 2-year-old son.
You sliced the what? That's the ultimate revenge. You took it that far? What, you just confiscated it? Bro, dead ass confiscated it. That's crazy. What you gonna do? Like, you gonna hang it on your wall? What did you do with it?
The incident began when Veiler suspected that her 2-year-old son had been by her daughter's 18-year-old boyfriend. Fueled by rage, Veiler decided to...
2-year-old son? Nah, this was the proper thing to do. You had to get back. 2-year-old, prison can't do enough damage. If you weird enough to think about that for a 2-year-old, bro, prison ain't enough.
Confront the young man and instructed her daughter to invite him to the family's trailer in December 2013. The man arrived at around 3 a.m. and soon Veiler got to work. She held him captive and injured him for 3.5 hours. The young man repeatedly denied the molestation accusations, but the mother took a box cutter and cut the young man's penis. Veiler was charged and ultimately pleaded guilty to battery and criminal confinement. Surprisingly, she managed to avoid jail time. A Johnson County judge did not sentence her to prison, leaving many to question the justice system's handling.
I don't know, bro. If you go to cutting another person's cock off, what you think, we just got Velcro? We can just attach it back? Like, no, bro, you gotta go to jail for that, bro. I need my dick. What are you talking about? Bro, you need a lot of time for that. That's a heinous act. That's some Harley Quinn shit. You need a long time in jail, bro. You just cut off a man's dick.
Of the case. The incident, however, left the families involved in a state of turmoil. The young man had to deal with physical and emotional scars, while Veiler had to live with the consequences of her actions. Her family, especially her daughter and young son, were caught in the crossfire of this disturbing event.
How?
Sarah Sands. Sarah Sands was a woman who made controversial headlines when she killed a convicted pedophile named Michael Plested. Sarah was a mother of 5 children, 3 of whom were young boys. In 2014, she discovered that her 3 sons had been sexually abused by Michael Plested, a 77-year-old man living in a neighboring block of flats in East London. Michael Plested was a convicted pedophile child who had changed his name from Robin Molt to hide his criminal past. At the time of his death, he was facing further charges of sexual offenses against...
Yeah, this is so crazy because it reminds me of like the time this happened to me. I don't know if y'all know, but yeah, when I was a kid, I got molested by my cousin. Dead ass. She was a lot older than me. And I just remember I was at her house, bro, and she was just like kissing me like repeatedly, bro. Like tongue. No, bro, mind you, I'm like a kid. And I just remember that. She would just tell me, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Why? This really happened, bro. And I just thought about it, like, this happened, bro. I never said nothing to nobody.
Against young boys. However, when Sarah came to know of what Plested had done to her family, she took matters into her own hands. She went to Plested's home and stabbed him 8 times in what was later described as a determined and sustained attack. Plested bled to death as a result. Sarah Sands was subsequently arrested and went through a trial at the Old Bailey in 2015. She was convicted of manslaughter based on loss of control and was sentenced to 7.5 years in prison. She had been released after only 4, though. Sarah
Wow.
Sands' sons, particularly Bradley, who was 20 at the time, expressed their support for their mother's actions. Bradley said, "I thought hats off when he learned that his mother had attacked Plested. The sons felt safer knowing that their abuser was no longer a threat, and they waived their right to anonymity to tell their story."
Shout out to these 4 people right here. I give a shout out to 4 people at the end of every video, and if you want to shout out like these 4 people, just like the video and let me know that you liked it in the comment section. Make sure that you're also subscribed to this channel, because if you're not subscribed to this channel, I'm not giving you a shout out. Dead ass, like word to my mother. The new Playboi Carti album is out, man. New Carti! It's the best day of my life.